everyone, this is Sarah Maas from Campus Rec. Thank you so much for joining me for today's forearm stand tutorial. I'm going to walk you through some exercises to strengthen our posture, our core, and our shoulders, and then to prepare us to get into that forearm stand with some beginner posers and then to the advanced pose off the wall. So just follow along and take steps utilizing certain practices of this to your daily routine until you're able to go into that full forearm stand. So let's get started. So we're going to begin by just rolling out our wrists. You take those to the mat, wrists, elbows, shoulders in line, knees in line with hips, and move through with some cat-cow, rounding the back up as you exhale, crown of the head to the mat, and then inhale, driving that belly button, spine down to the mat, and the crown of the head to the sky. Keeping a micro bend in the elbows. Just moving through as many times as you may need here. And then again, going through those wrists, taking the hand down onto the mat, leaning forward and backward and switching hands. One side may feel differently, so just listen to your body here today. Take those hands inward, just rocking side to side, forward and back, and take those hands outwards, same thing. Just checking in, acknowledging everything going on with our body. So one of the first important things to know during a forearm stand is that we want our forearms in line with our shoulders. So we can do that by taking our hands to elbows, to opposite elbow, and that's about the distance we want our forearms to go as we place them on the mat. The hands can be together or out in line with the elbow. For me, neither really matters, so just see which one works best for your posture and for you to find your balance. So we're going to practice placing those hands on the forearms. So again, take your hands to opposite elbow and then lie them outward. Roll those shoulders in line with the elbows. And we're going to go up onto our toes into our dolphin pose, almost that downward facing dog posture. Driving the hips up to the sky. And just finding your balance, opening up the chest and heart. And when you're ready, just take it down into child's pose. Forehead to the mat. And breathe. Once you've found your rest, we're going to go back in to that downward facing dog position or dolphin pose. So lift those hips up. Forearms are in line with the shoulders. And we're going to go into some presses. So we're going to drive that belly button towards spine, shoulders over elbows, and exhale back into dolphin pose. Focusing on using your core and your shoulders here. Driving your body as one solid being. Belly button in towards spine, everything is embraced. Keep breathing. When you're ready to rest, drop those knees and lay it back down into child's pose. Once you've gotten to that point where both exercises feel comfortable, we're going to move in to a raised leg. So back into that dolphin pose, lift those hips up and back. This time we're going to raise our right leg up. Find your balance here. And just breathe. Hold it for about 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Lower it back down. And rest if you need to. Or sit it back. Shake out those arms. And then we go through it again on the other leg. So plant those hands down. Lift the hips up to the sky and raise that left leg. Again, hold it for just about 5 seconds. Find your balance. Acknowledging the way your forearms and hands feel. And when time comes, just come back down to a resting position. So both of those exercises will just lead you to becoming more comfortable on that forearm position. To engage the core a little more, this time as you go up into that dolphin pose, you plant your hands, forearms to the ground, and lift the glutes. We're going to walk our feet up a little closer to the hands. You're going to feel added pressure on those shoulders, and we're going to jump our feet out
and back into center. Inhale and exhale, soft landing. Using that core to lift those hips, a little more air time every jump.
And when you need rest, just taking it and listening again to your body, as I've said. So once we've done all of those exercises, it's time to go to the wall and start practicing our forearm stands in our inverted position. So again, finding the proper distance between those hands. We're going to plant the hands down on the mat and drive our hips up. So once you've found that exact spot, your hands, your forearms feel solid, elbows under shoulders. We're going to go tuck our toes under. And on the exhale, drive our hips up to the sky. You're going to drive that belly button in towards spine, finding your breath. Walk those feet forward. And for our first step, we're going to raise our leg up to the sky. And then when you're ready, a nice soft top up. May take a few tries until you hit the wall. And just find your balance here. Align your spine. And when you need to, come down and rest into child's pose, hands forward or behind. So that's step one of using the wall. Then we're going to go in to practicing getting our feet off of the wall. So same thing here. Plant the hands on top of the toes. Lift the hips up. Find your breath. Compress the stomach. One foot rises, we kick. Soft landing against the wall. And then begin driving those heels to the sky. And slowly take that foot and lower for rest. Once you've gotten practice there, you can practice just kicking up to the wall, just taking your feet off, but you do not want to rely on the wall for the majority of the time. So this is if you're a very beginner, just getting started, finding that posture with your hands, that core activating the body. But you do not want to rely on it. So once we can get up and down smoothly, we're going to move our mats away from the wall and practice the same thing. You can take a distance from the wall and kick up to it. So I'm going to show you that next. So this time walking out more, taking my hands, planting them on the ground, again aligning, tucking those toes, hips up, you know the drill. We're going to walk it forward. This time lift your foot and you can still feel that wall behind you. Align the core and take that foot slowly off the wall. Nice work, breathe through it. When you're ready, just plant that foot and lower. So you're still using the wall there, but to a different advantage. This is still activating that core and the shoulders more. So our final exercise, again, is gonna be completely off the wall. So we're just gonna back up a little more on our mats, planting our hands on the ground. Again, forearms, check in, hand to opposite elbow, we're in line. We're gonna lift up, untuck the toes, and lift the hips. Walk that foot forward, and we're gonna lift that left leg or right, whatever feels right. Up, find your balance, and then do into a split or a standing, whatever feels right. You're gonna take those feet up, align it, and then when you're ready to lower, just take that foot to the mat and into child's pose. So thank you so much for joining me for today's practice of the forearm stand in our tutorial. So again, take these into little pieces into your practice before kicking up off of the wall. Use the wall, but do not become reliant on it, and just work your way up. I promise you'll get there. So thanks again for joining. If you do complete this or follow along and take some steps into becoming better at your forearm stand practice, please tag us at NU Campus Direct on Instagram. We'd love to see how you're doing and how you found us. Have a great one, and I hope to see you again soon.